Hi there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Let's talk about step 2 of the secret soap process to supersize and grow your business relationship. Step 2 of the soap process is options. And what we like to do in this step, yesterday we described the current situation within our business that we want to see improve, the current relationship we want to improve. And we talked about Marcus's and his business partner Josh's relationship, and I'll share what their options are today that they brainstormed. And then we also talked about Hunter and his boss Mark, and the situation with them, and he came up with 10 possible ways to fill the gap between where he is and where he wants to be in that relationship. We're going to do the same thing today with the relationship that you decided to work on. The second step is options. We're going to brainstorm options, and why I pushed for the 10 options, at least 10 possible ways to fill that gap, is because otherwise our brains try to get us locked into the this or that mentality. It might not happen to you, but it used to happen to me until I forced myself to make sure I come up with at least 10 possible ways to deal with the situation. And this works in any area and aspect of our life, but it especially works in relationships, because we get beyond the, okay, this is what I've always done and it's not even working, but I still keep doing it and banging my head against the wall mentality, to what else is possible? Because there's always infinitely possible ways of doing anything. So let me show you, and I'll run through, excuse my throat, every morning it's like this. We'll talk about, and I won't share all 10 because that would take too long. But for example, Marcus and his business partner, he wants them to get aligned again. So some of the things he put down on his list are schedule a strategy session focused on shared vision and long-term goals. So he could set up a meeting between Josh and himself to focus just on that. I would recommend an offsite meeting, but that's just me. Number 2, establish clearer roles and responsibilities with respect to the business and how it's going to grow. 3, implement a decision-making framework to reduce personal bias. I personally love this, and we do this in every business I've ever been involved in. We have a common problem-solving decision-making tool that everybody in the company uses, because then we're all on the same page with respect to the process and how we go about making decisions, how we go about setting priorities and things. We do that for a lot of different things in our businesses. 4, invite a business coach or advisor to facilitate a conversation between the two of them. Practice active listening, paraphrasing Josh's concerns to show understanding. 6, create a weekly check-in meeting that includes space for both feedback and wins. I think that's a good one too, but that's just me. They have to come up with the ones that work best for him and for the two of them, Josh and Marcus. So what are some of the things on Hunter's list? Remember, Hunter's struggling with his boss's communication, the way he gives feedback, and he feels like he's kind of picking on him and always giving him a hard time. So some of the things on Hunter's list to work on the relationship with his boss are request a formal performance review to gain structured feedback. He can ask for, hey, how am I doing? Can you please give me a formal review or some kind of a review so I know where I stand with you? Ask Mark directly for specific feedback on recent projects. Number 3, clarify expectations for success in his role. 4, keep a personal log of accomplishments to self-track and validate performance. 5, ask for examples of great work or what great work looks like in Mark's perspective. And then there's, of course, there's more as well. Give Mark positive feedback or appreciation to shift the energy. Ask for a monthly one-on-one meeting to improve communication. I don't know why you wouldn't be meeting with your boss, no matter where you are in any organization, at least once a month. If you're not hearing from your boss once a month, then they're not doing their job, in my humble opinion. I mean, communication, and our job as a leader in any organization, whether it's a business or a nonprofit or just somewhere you volunteer, as a leader, your job is to share expectations and to be of service to help the people that work for you and with you do their jobs better. And if you're not doing that, then you're not a leader, you're just a manager. And, managers are a dime a dozen. You can give somebody a process and say, okay, you manage this process, but leaders are very different. Leaders build other people in the organization and help your business to grow and build and supersize. And that begins, of course, by having a good relationship. And you are 100% responsible for your part in that relationship, just as the other person is 100% responsible for their part in that relationship. So we do what we can to the best of our ability to improve our relationships. And sometimes you just have to walk away. I've had to do that in businesses. I've had to do that in life. And that's just part of our learning experience and our journey. All right, so what are you going to do today? You're going to come up with at least 10 possible ways, and you're going to jot them down on a piece of paper that you can improve the relationship that you're focusing on for your business. Any questions, any help, any concerns, just ask me. Otherwise, have an awesome day, and I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow. Bye. We'll do step 3.